Okay, so here's a question that is a pretty sophisticated question for even for general chemistry. It's giving you a condensed structural formula, and in this condensed structural formula, it's asking you to figure out what the Lewis structure is. Now, the condensed structural formula gives you a hint as to what the Lewis structure looks like. Now, you still want to know that there's 24 valence electrons because that's going to help you draw a correct Lewis structure. But let's take a look. Now, what can this CH3 group look like? Well, there's really only one possibility for a carbon connected to three hydrogens, and that's this. Well, what is it connected to? Well, it's if you continue to read the molecule from left to right, it's connected to a carbon. So the only option for that to get all octets around that first carbon would be something like this. Okay, that's what this carbon looks like. And so that's where that carbon is. Well, what's next? What about the NH2? Okay, well, there's only really one option for the NH2 as well. It looks like this. The question becomes, what's going on with the oxygen? So we know that in any case, in any structure that's possible, these are our limitations here. So we got to figure out what's going on with the oxygen, and the number of valence electrons will help figure that out. So there's really only two possibilities. The first possibility is that the oxygen is kind of in the middle like this. And the next possibility is that the oxygen is off the carbon like that. Now, in order to figure out how to complete the structures, I would count all the valence electrons, and I would know that, well, this carbon would end up with a double bond and some lone pairs around there like that. In order to fix this structure out with 24 valence electrons, this is what the structure would look like. Now, how do I decide between two different structures? I use the formal charge test. Okay, for this carbon on the right, I would end up with 4 minus 5, so that's minus 1. For this oxygen, I would end up with 6 minus 5, and so that's plus 1. Now let's take a look what's going on. We've got the negative formal charge on the least electronegative atom and a positive formal charge on the most electronegative atom. That should already send up some red flags for us. Now let's take a look at the other one. This oxygen is 6 minus 6, so it equals 0. That carbon is 4 minus 4, so it equals 0. Looks like we found the best Lewis structure. Okay, I know that's pretty complicated, but really it's all about getting the formal charge test. If you got these structures down and then you were able to apply the formal charge test, you're in good shape. Okay, that's it.